the other thing I wanted to touch on is that on tripartism, I was very, very encouraged and very heartened when Prime Minister, during our opening of the NDC, NTUC National Delegate Conference, where you shared with us that tripartism is a national treasure. And I think in order to maintain this tripartism, we hope to see that it doesn't just remain at the top level of our government official. Also, is there any way to strengthen further in all the other government agencies?
We must also get our cooperation tripartite relationship strong and sound. It's one of the most unique strengths which we have in Singapore, where the unions can talk to the government and talk to the employers, and we are really on the same sheet of music. We understand one another, we cooperate with one another, we can discuss things quietly without having excitement, demonstrations, strikes, and eventually work out a win-win outcome for everybody. And you have to compete with them. So there will be pressure for you to up the temperature, to show, to demonstrate that you are working and doing your best. So I think we have to be very careful to remember this, to preserve this tripartite relationship, to work together so that we preserve our unique advantage and we keep on getting good jobs and good outcomes for Singapore. There's always more you can do to know one another better, to develop the trust and mutual confidence, work together. The best thing which will strengthen the relationship is when you go into a crisis and have to deal with it together. Then you know what happens, you know whom you can rely upon, and you come out, if everything has gone well, you've bonded for a long time. I hope we don't have a crisis soon, but I think in the nature of things, from time to time, we're going to run into rough weather, and then that will be the opportunity for us to bond more closely together. I think the relationship is absolutely critical, because if you don't have that link between the PAP government and the unions, you cannot have a good foundation for tripartism. It just will not work. Unless the government is fundamentally on the union side and has the union's confidence and can talk to the employers at the same time, you cannot have a good tripartite relationship. And if the unions do not have that link with the government, and you cannot raise matters with us honestly and frankly and privately, and you have to sit across the table bargaining each time, the system will come up. It cannot work. And we will do our best to build up the union, to strengthen the unions, make sure the unions maintain their base and their support and their core membership in Singapore, and work the system so that it is possible for the unions to maintain this strong presence in our work, in our labor force, and in our collective bargaining scene. Without that, I think Singapore will be completely different. But we have to strengthen it, and we have to strengthen it into the next generation.